In this video, I will teach you how to do sculpting in Blender. First of all, in order to begin sculpting, you need to click this option, Sculpting. It will give you a quad sphere with many sculpting features on the bottom. If you use previous version, these features will be on the left. I would recommend you to turn on symmetry, which is located in this part of the screen. It will enable you to make a symmetrical model for your character, but if you want some other kind of model, like a game asset that you want to have in your scene, you can also sculpt without symmetry. When you click and drag on your model, you will be sculpting some part of the mesh, and the mesh will look like this. The plus and minus signs are the options for adding or subtracting the mesh. Sculpting has many different presets, such as blob, clay, clay strips, scrape, smooth, and many more presets. To begin with sculpting, I need to teach you some basic shortcuts. When you press Shift on your keyboard, you can smooth some parts of the model to make it look cleaner. By pressing Ctrl on your keyboard, you can switch between Add or Remove. Here's what will happen. Now, when you press R on the keyboard, you can display the remesh grid. This only shows the voxel size, but doesn't remesh or retopologize your model. You will have to do it in Object Data, Remesh. Alright, the next shortcut is A. It displays the mask tools, which is useful if you want to sculpt a specific part of the model. When you press Shift A, you can get a circle selection over the model. And these are the types of mask tools in Blender. Grow mask increases the mask, invert mask simply inverts the entire mask, and other tools are just self-explanatory. You can manually draw a mask over the model by pressing M on your keyboard. To remove it, simply press A and choose this option, Clear Mask. In order to go back to drawing, press V. I mean, the default brush is called Draw. To adjust the brush size, press F. You can get a circle that defines the size of the brush. Move the mouse to adjust the brush, but press the left mouse button to select the brush size. You can adjust the strength by pressing Shift F on your keyboard. Under the radius, a fall-off object will appear. To change the fall-off shape, you should simply go here and you can select any shape you want. In order to move some part of the mesh, press G on your keyboard and click anywhere on the mesh. By dragging your mouse, you will adjust the mesh by moving some part of it. You can play with the strength and size in order to experiment with this feature. And for the next part of this tutorial, I need to show you some additional sculpting tools. Under the brush settings, you can adjust spacing, stroke method, but you can also turn stabilization, which is present in the stroke options. This is like doing a digital drawing, but paying attention to the strokes and their stability. I also need to show you some additional tools like Layer Brush, which adds a new layer of the mesh. It can also add or subtract like the regular draw tool. Clay strips are useful for making organic look of your 3D model. They are a cool feature for making a stylized sculpture. To use the clay strips tool, you need the shortcut C on your keyboard. The smooth tool is the shortcut S on your keyboard. There are also some brush tools like normal radius and tip roundness, but it is up to you to experiment with those values and define your own style. Basically, sculpting is a technique that is useful for making organic 3D models with many details. Many artists enjoy sculpting various three-dimensional artwork, which is useful for making characters and various assets for games, but these characters can be also used for animation projects. One of the disadvantages of sculpting is that the final model has a huge number of vertices, and it can slow down the performance of the software depending on your computer hardware. This solution isn't very practical if you need to prepare a model for animation, so in order to deprecate all those problems with performance, you will have to retopologize the model, which will also be explained in one of the following videos. Feel free to experiment with the features, try various presets, and enjoy sculpting your desired 3D model. Okay, that's pretty much it for this tutorial. I hope you have learned the basics. If you want more tutorials for Blender, which includes animation, retopology, texturing, and many other stuff related to 3D modeling in general, consider subscribing and I will be making more tutorials in the future. Stay tuned and have a good day.